This has been a crazy 3 years. 3 years ago, I thru-hiked the Pacific Crest Trail. 2 years ago, I had a heart attack and had 3 stents put in my right coronary artery. And a year ago, I had a stent put in my aorta to relieve an aneurysm. At the start of every year, I like to look back at the year and see what I've done and the progressions that I've made as far as thru-hiking is concerned. And so in this video, I am going to be looking back over this past year and analyze some places that I've been to and perhaps maybe give you some ideas about some places to go to. So stay tuned. Again, in this video, I want to go back over this past year and look back at it and go over some trips that I took, and again, perhaps maybe encourage you to go on some trips for this year. And then at the end of this video, I want to give you some of my plans for this coming year or this year. Now, hopefully these things will come to fruition. I didn't have a heart attack or a major surgery on my schedule these past couple of years, but perhaps maybe I can get through this year without having any kind of major health problems. Now, the first 2 months of the year was kind of uneventful. About the whole month of January, I was sick with an upper respiratory condition. And then in February, I just had a bunch of doctor's appointments. Then in March, I went on my first backpacking journey, major trip. I went with some friends of mine to the Joshua Tree National Park, and we hiked the California Riding and Hiking, no, California Riding and Hiking Trail. It's the longest trail in the park. It's about 39 miles long. It took us about 4 days to do the hike. There's no water whatsoever, and also you have to cache all your water, and it's very hot and very dry, of course, in the desert area. Now, I'll leave a link to all of these trips that I took this past year down in the description below, the description area below, if you'd like to look at them. Then in April, I went to my 50th high school reunion. Flew from San Francisco, California to Mobile, Alabama, and attended my 50th high school reunion at the W.P. Davidson High School in Mobile. And I combined my reunion with a family reunion. I've got 3 brothers that live in Mobile, and we kind of got together, played some golf, went and got some good seafood, and then I did a hike at the Pinhoti Trail, since I was so close to the Pinhoti Trail. Now, I only did a small section of it, and I'm going to come back later and do the whole thing one of these days. Then in May, I celebrated my 69th birthday, last year in my 60s, and I'm excited about turning 70 this coming year. Then at the 1st of June, I had an appointment with my vascular surgeon, who every year for about 7 years has checked my aorta to see if the aneurysm had grown to such a point where we had to take care of it. And so the doctor scheduled a surgery in August of this past year to put a stent in my aorta to relieve the pressure from that aneurysm before the aneurysm burst. And so, not knowing if that was going to be the last time that I would be able to take a backpacking trip. I got with a friend of mine, Mike Marmalade Lawrence, and he and I went to the Ansel Adams Wilderness in the Sierra section of the PCT, and we did a 3-day hike, and most beautiful area I think that I've ever seen in all my life. Again, I'll leave links to that video in the description below if you'd like to check it out. And so in the middle of July, I scheduled a 21-day, 300-mile section of the Pacific Crest Trail in the Sierra section from Bishop Pass all the way to Echo Lake. On August the 18th, I checked into the University of California, San Diego hospital, and the doctor performed an EVAR surgery on me. EVAR stands for endovascular, endovascular aneurysm repair, which by the way was very, very successful. The doctor had to go up through my groin into my aorta, placed a stent there, and again, it was very successful. It took me several weeks to recover from that major surgery. Then in September, I purchased a 40-foot Winnebago Chieftain motorhome so that I could do some traveling around the country and make my through hiking hikes a little bit more accessible. Also in September, I had an appointment with my cardiologist who met with me, and because of the test and things that were ran on my heart, decided that I was what do you call it, an as-needed basis, and that he did not need to see me on a regular basis anymore, which was very, very good news. In October, I went to Yuba City, California, and visited with my youngest son, and my oldest grandson and I did a day hike, at the Bobelaine Audubon Trail in Yuba City, which was great. And then in December, I took our motor home for the first time and went to Yuba City and stayed in my youngest son's yard with the motorhome, and we stayed there for a month, celebrated Christmas, and just had a wonderful time. This year, I have some exciting plans that I want to let you know about. I want to do 2 major through hikes this year, and one of them is the Pinhoti Trail. I just did a section of it this past summer, but this year I want to go ahead and do the entire 350 miles of the Pinhoti Trail, starting in Alabama, ending up in northern Georgia. And then also this year, I want to do a section hike of the PCT from Sonora Pass all the way to Echo Lake. And then also this year, I want to do a major epic through hike, a 600-mile through hike, but I'm not going to tell you where it is. Now, what kind of hikes do you have planned this year? I'd like to know about it. Leave it in the comments section below. And also, if you've not subscribed to my channel yet, please be sure and do so. And whatever you do, please be sure and click the notification bell so that you'll be notified every time that I put out a video. But if you'd like to learn a little bit more about through hiking and different things like that concerning hiking, then please be sure and check these videos on the screen. And until then, I will see you down the trail.